What's up, everybody? So I just wanted to make this quick video. If anybody caught my live stream the other day, I was working on this 2-speed from the Serpent SRX8GT. There isn't very much information on this 2-speed setup in the instruction manual, or I really couldn't find any on YouTube. So what I decided to do was I did a live stream working on it, and I ended up getting some really good feedback and help. So in order to just consolidate the live stream and my findings, I'm just making a nice quick video on how this 2-speed actually works, and just some quick tips that I have developed myself to make adjusting this just a little bit simpler. So this is your 2-speed setup here, guys. There's a drum here, and then there's a second speed clutch, a 2-shoe second speed clutch inside that drum. So let me break this down real quick and I'll show you how to work on it. So orientated in the car, this is your front and this is your rear. So you can just take this piece of aluminum and take it off, and then I just slide the front tower off. It's very simple. All right. And then what we'll do now is we'll just take the front drive cup off. It just has a simple grub screw. And you gotta be careful, guys. These grub screws are extremely shallow. So when you're taking them on and off, your driver has a tendency to want to slip inside of them. So just be mindful and be careful and make sure you have a good bite so you don't strip out your grub screw. And you just slide your bearing off. This gear here, this is your 63 tooth spur gear. There's a one-way bearing in there. Make sure you oil that while you have it all apart. I just threw some 3-in-1 on there the other night when I took it apart on stream. And then your 58 tooth spur gear slides right off, and this one actually has the drum on it. And if you could see, you have a hole here on this side and you have a hole here on that side, and those holes allow you to get a driver down there, and you're able to adjust your shift points. So let me get the rest of this apart. So right now you got this pretty much torn down to just the clutch on the shaft here. We're going to take this a step further, and we'll just give this drive cup a little tap and let that axle shaft fall right out. So now here's your second speed clutch. Now what I wanted to show you guys was, I found this out the other night during my stream. One of my subscribers, Curtis Baker, explained to me how this really works. So you have this screw here and this screw here. They're basically at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. So these little grub screws, they're on there's like a roller cam inside the clutch shoes. There's a roller cam that rides on the shaft here, the drive shaft. So these screws, these grub screws, I was talking with Hybrid about this. He kind of explained this to me, that these grub screws kind of control how hard the shift comes on, you know, the intensity of the shift. With the only caveat to that is, if you put them in too far, they're going to spread the shoes apart, and then they're going to lock up on the drum. And if you put them on too loose, they're going to stick out too far, and then the grub screw themselves are going to lock up on the drum. So before you put everything together, you want to make sure that this all rolls very smooth and it doesn't interfere with anything. So what I did is, I just have these flush for now, and I'm not going to touch them again. They're flush, they're on. I'm not going to touch them. There's 2 more screws here. Now these screws actually hold the shoes together on the shaft. These screws here that I'm going to explain now are what actually holds the shoes to themselves. You have a screw here with a spring on it, and a screw here with a spring on it. These screws actually, they hold the shoes together, and they control your shift point, you know, what point the engine actually, or the gears shift depending on RPM. Turn them in, it'll shift later. You loosen them, it'll shift earlier. So the problem is you need a real thin driver to be able to get down through here and be able to adjust. And then you also need to make sure that you're not continuing to loosen the same screw. So what I did here is I color coded these. One side's bronze and one side is silver, so that after I put everything together and I start adjusting my 2-speed, I'll know exactly which side I'm working on. And if you notice, I got it so that it's kind of got an arrow pointing up, so I know which one I'm working on, and that way I won't accidentally get on one of these grub screws and bind and lock up the drivetrain again. Now this happened during my break-in, as one of these screws backed itself out. Don't ask me how it's vibrations. It idled for 3, 4, 5. It idled for 5 tanks. So, yeah, it's just, you know how vibrations get with these things. It wreaks havoc, especially on stuff that you really can't Loctite like these. So let me put this all back together, guys, and I'll kind of show you exactly how to do this as it's put together. The other thing I wanted to mention was this comment right here. So this guy here really gave me some good baseline settings for the 2-speed itself on where to start with adjusting it. So I appreciate your comment, and thank you very much. Alright guys, so it's back together now, and I'm going to kind of see if I could show you exactly where this can get confusing now that it's a full assembly. So if you could kind of see back behind the brake disc, as I'm rolling the clutch over, you could just barely see where I color coded those spots on the clutch shoes. So that one subscriber, actually I don't even know if he's a subscriber, but that one comment I got on the live stream video where he said good baseline is snug up the screws and then wind them out 4 full turns, and that's on the screw with the spring on it, the ones that I marked with color coded. That's a good baseline shift point. So guys, that's kind of what I'm doing now, and then I just have to adjust from there and make sure that I don't get on the wrong screw. So hopefully this helps you guys, and you guys kind of use this tip to color code your clutch shoes here so that you know exactly where you are, you know, in time basically with your adjustments on your 2-speed clutch. All right guys, thanks for watching. I hope this helps somebody, because I was searching all over the depths of the internet to try and find a solution for this when I was having problems, and I wish somebody had a video on it then. I appreciate everybody who helped me out during my live stream event that I had the other day with the topic of this, and I appreciate the comments I have gotten since then. It really helps when you can bounce ideas back and forth off of other guys who have had similar situations to this. So that's kind of why I like doing the live streams. But anyways, thank you so much guys for watching. If you like videos like this, make sure you look out for more. I appreciate everybody. Thank you very much.